Okay, so sometimes we have some confusion over whether we're looking at net income or net loss, and exactly how do I know on my balance sheet totals whether I'm recording a debit or a credit. So I thought I would post just a little bit more information for those of you that want to watch and get a little bit more background on net income, net loss. So first of all, just remember when total revenue is greater than total expenses, you have net income. And when you go ahead and you look at your worksheet, when you look at the income statement, okay, so we're looking at the income statement here, we look at the credit that we posted for sales, and then we look at all of the debits for our expenses. And we total up our debits for expenses, and we see that we have $26.58. And then we look at the credit we have for sales, and we see that we have more in sales than we have in expenses, which means now I'm looking at a net income amount that would be considered a positive amount or a debit amount that I'm going to transfer over here into my as a credit on my balance sheet. Okay, so I can see my expenses were less than my sales, which means now I'm going to have a nice credit adjustment on my balance sheet. As we go through here, I'm going to just forward to when our expenses are more than our revenue, now we're looking at a loss. We're spending more money than we're taking in. And when we look at the income statement section on our worksheet, we can see that our expenses right here are exceeding our sales, which means I now have a credit for my net loss on my income statement, and I'm going to go ahead and debit my balance sheet section so that I now have posted a debit on my balance sheet. Hopefully that helps to understand where the credit would be and the debit would be, what happens on the income statement, and then what happens on the balance sheet, and trying to make sure that we're recording correctly for either that net loss or for, let's back up here, that net income for our business.